most people have failed their New Year's resolutions without even realizing it. Like, bro, let me ask you a question. How many times has the clock struck 12 on the 1st of January and you see or hear people saying the typical saying, new year, new me? And you hear them say things like, I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm going to stop eating junk food. I'm going to start reading self-development books tomorrow. But soon after just 4 weeks and February rolls by, they're back to their same old self with their same old bad habits. What I just described is the 80 to 90% of people who make New Year's resolutions and quit it literally by February. And that also means you're likely to do the same shit as them. And I want to give you a pointer real quick that it's good that you have the motivation for these goals, but motivation alone isn't going to cut it. And honestly, it's probably not the best approach to take if I'm being honest. So instead of relying on that, I'm going to teach you better ways on how to stick to your goals in this video. So first, let's go over the wrong mindset people have of new year, new me. Like, bro, listen to that for a second. New year, new me. Doesn't that sound kind of fucked? Bro, the implications behind that means that there has to be a change in the date, a damn calendar for the person to just magically flip the switch and turn into a whole new person. And not to sound rude, it's frankly stupid and is why following that mentality is the reason they're likely to fail.
Oh no, this can't be. It says.
Just think about it for a moment. Just framing it from the lenses that you need a fresh date or be on a clean slate before you enable some type of change simply just means that it was just a joke to you. And oftentimes, bro, I'll see too many people saying this mantra and not take it seriously and romanticize the idea of change before reality tests them to see if they're really ready for the process to undergo that change required to become that person. Then they quickly realize change is not as easy as they thought it was going to be. And then after just a few days or maybe even a week, they quit because things didn't go as they hoped and would usually make excuses for the things they had originally set out to do. Most people want the results and outcomes of their higher self whilst remaining a mediocre shell of their potential. Bro, it's more than just, I'm gonna start going to the gym and stop eating junk food. Instead of just saying that, you gotta internalize it and become the person that does that. And bro, this pisses me off whenever I hear people have these big old ambitious goals for the year and then they end up reverting back to their old ways, or just have this short, narrow-minded goal setting type of point of view. And usually you would see this in the seasonal type of people. They'll only approach it in the seasonal manner of where they'll only go to the gym for the sole purpose of building their summer body or just simply putting on muscle for the summer. Or take someone having their last hoorah of eating junk, going out drinking, being a complete degenerate before the specific date of January 1st. I'm gonna let you know that that's a very shallow lens to approach it. And I'll mention again, this usually results in them failing to stick to their plans. But bro, or sis, if any girls are watching this, if you seriously want to change yourself in this year, gain clarity and deadass, like, bro, get out a notepad, get out a journal and deadass write it down. The feelings, actions, beliefs that this new version of you would have. Or bro, if it helps, emulate someone that you look up to or like a celebrity, a character in a show, and ask yourself this question when you see yourself giving up when things don't go as planned. Ask yourself, would future me want me to give up this way? Or would so-and-so do this if they were backed up against a corner? Or do so-and-so and give up when they're met with a little bit of friction? So if your future self or someone you look up to or maybe a character in a show, who I don't give a fuck, whoever it is, wouldn't do some pussy shit or give up when met with a little bit of friction, then you shouldn't do the same. A level of friction is always gonna be there whether you like it or not. And it's not just a matter of having motivation to just do a thing, because motivation in itself is just a feeling. Listen, motivation comes and goes. And motivation typically comes after the fact you did that action that led to the small wins, which motivated you to keep doing the same actions. The whole idea of new year, new me is contingent upon short-term fixes for long-term problems. Because essentially when you're just relying on motivation, you're essentially just asking yourself, how can I get myself to feel like doing something I consciously decided to do? Like, notice how wimpy that sounds when I put it that way. That's essentially what you're doing. But when you have a strong emotional resonance to want to change, no amount of motivation is needed. It just becomes part of who you are. It's either you're a shallow person or someone who has a greater purpose for why they do what they do that actually has meaning behind it. That's literally what separates winners from quitters. It's that fucking simple. Now, assuming you made it by the end of this video and you didn't get that offended from me calling you out from some of these things I mentioned with the last hurrah and people who go out and do these degeneracy, or, you know, don't stick to their plans, because most people don't stick to their New Year's resolution plans, let's be honest, right? If you listened by the end of this video, you're far ahead from everybody else, if I'm just being honest. Most people, as soon as they hear this and as soon as I call them out, they're going to immediately click off the video or have some type of justifications like, oh, it was too hard. And they're going to be in the same repetitive cycle, chasing the same dopamine that they've been chasing and complaining about and talking about how they're going to change. Don't be like those people. And I digress. You know what I'm saying? I digress. But yeah, assuming you made it to the end of this video, you're a winner. But yep, that's all for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to see you guys. Peace.